The truth is, the real is, I always keep it 100. I always keep it 100. See, I always keep it 100. The truth is, the real is, I always keep it 100. I always keep it 100. See, I always keep it 100. The truth is, the real is, I always keep it 100. I always keep it 100. See, I always keep it 100.
Alright, what's up guys? I'm joined today with my two cousins, K Noir over here.
What's up?
And Rare Entity over here. This is a new spin on things really. We are going to be doing introduction courses on anime, a beginner's guide. We're calling this Ray with Friends. We haven't thought of an official name at the moment, you know, but that's what we're going with. So please do like and subscribe, and we're about to get tucked in. Okay, so first questions first. What is anime?
That's a good question.
You wanna
Sounds like you're prepped for that.
Oh yeah. So does anyone know what the definition actually is? I don't.
Yeah, more or less, in a few words.
Okay, you wanna give it a go?
Yeah, it's just like you can go with animated or mechanically stylized, originating from Japan.
Okay. You wanna give it a guess?
I was gonna say Japanese cartoons.
Movie.
More or less.
Okay, cool. So we went onto Google and actually got the definition. Sorry, it is a style of Japanese film and television animation typically aimed at adults as well as children. I personally think that definition is trash. What? I mean, what is something that is typically aimed at adults and children? I feel like in terms of specifics, you would want to kind of target one audience. That's kind of like just saying it's something for everyone.
Yeah, I mean, it is. Because you have like Pokemon, considered anime.
Is it?
Yeah.
And that's more,
It's massive.
you know, that's kids.
That's anime?
Yeah.
So many kids watch that.
To who though? Who's the anime to? That's a Pokemon's a cartoon.
Pokemon's not anime, it's anime.
We're gonna have to.
Yeah,
We're gonna do some research with what you're saying.
Big boy movies.
Card Captain Sakura, that's for kids.
Yeah, no, it's true. It is true.
Actually, no, Yu-Gi-Oh's more adult in origin.
Yeah. I would class that as an anime though.
No, it's anime, yeah.
Pokemon, I don't know. I'm kind of on the fence.
Digimon was anime as well.
Yeah, that's an anime.
Yeah, that's for kids, no?
Yeah, I just feel like the stuff. Maybe it's the style used. I think Pokemon is way more cartoony.
It is.
It's just like Avatar.
It's just all soft
but still anime in origin.
Okay, fair enough then. Fair enough. All right then. So the next question, we got the intro down. I hope we're all comfortable with the intro for what actually is anime. Okay. The next question we're going to ask is where to watch anime, or the typical places to watch anime, and I'm going to give this one to Kay to answer.
Many answers to this. So when I was watching anime, it was YouTube primarily. And
how many years ago was this?
This is secondary school, it's like what, 15 years?
Okay.
Maybe even close to 20 years now.
Right.
And then, so I was introduced to anime so it's Dragon Ball Z,
Right.
which is the starting point. And obviously Pokemon, so that was like Cartoon Network, or Jack Channels 1 to 5. And then a friend introduced me to Naruto.
Right.
The only way to watch Naruto back then was via torrents, which is obviously. But yeah, right now I'd say Crunchyroll or Netflix are the main two. But Crunchyroll would be a good starting point for anybody.
Okay. All right then. So classically, Crunchyroll,
Netflix.
Just a summary.
Crunchyroll,
Netflix, and you said YouTube before, but
YouTube back then.
Okay.
Before the title.
So now currently 3 places that you would go to watch anime if you're trying to get into anime, and
it'd just be streaming services. So any streaming service. So
specifically though.
Crunchyroll, Netflix, and the third one I don't even know. I haven't got it. Just those 2.
Hulu has it.
Hulu as well, yeah. There's Amazon Prime. They have a few animes.
Really?
Yeah, Vinland Saga.
Yeah, it's got
did the Disney do animes as well?
Yeah, Disney has some animes.
It has some animes on there too. Yeah.
Because Bleach is on there.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Interesting. It's good to talk.
A lot of things on there.
Yeah, but those are the main ones. The main two anyway. The third one's just a toss up.
Okay, cool. Alright then, so the next question that we had was, is anime for kids / children? And I think the first the definition of it actually answered that, so we're not going to answer that one. They've answered it for themselves, and it's yes, it's geared and catered towards everyone. This is what it says. So I think that summarizes that one. Moving on to the next one. What are the classic elements to look for in an anime? I'm going to pass this one on to Rare Entity over here.
The classic elements. You know, there's always going to be a main protagonist that's on some kind of mission,
Right.
either to better himself or save the world. He usually has like a partner in crime or a best friend, something like that. That would be like his rival or her rival, so to speak. And there'll always be some underlying story of the greater goods trying to conquer evil, stuff like that.
Right, okay, cool. Alright, so that's basically a synopsis of every, well not every anime, but that's, you'll say 70% of anime, like that's the classic storyline to go to, right?
Fair, yeah.
Alright then, so I'm going to ask Rare Entity the next question as well, because it kind of spins off from that. What type of anime do you classically go for?
Well, there's no secret to me. I'll usually go for something that's shonen based.
Right.
And for those who don't know, that would be animes in the same bracket as Naruto, so to speak.
Or how about, sorry to interject, how about a definition of what shonen is?
What is it shonen? I don't know. That's difficult to classify it. It's got a lot of moving parts, but there's usually like...
You say like a classic.
Like a classic. So
yeah.
if we looked at Naruto, for example, there's like a large roster of characters, but there's still a main overarching story of, you know, you've got this team-based roles, and you've got these groups of people who are just trying to take out the enemy or the bad guy, the villain in the story. And there'll be lots of training montages, character development and growth. And yeah, a lot of them kind of follow the same blueprint now.
Right, okay.
I'd say that the protagonists are usually teenagers as well, high school students.
Right, okay. So it's never really...
It's never adults.
Right, okay.
It's always like teens in high school. And
right.
There's a team or something.
Right. As the main... as the main characters, and then like obviously there are adults in the show too, but...
Like the main character has a hidden power.
Yeah.
Okay.
Works like 9 times out of 10.
Okay, cool. Fair enough. Alright then. So... The next question is, and this has huge controversy as well. We're going to go around the table and say this actually. We're going to start with K-Noir, work our way down with myself, and then we're going to end with Rare Entity. But the top 3 animes you would recommend someone to start with. So someone has never watched anime before, they want to get into it, they've heard, you know, people talking about it, they say, you know, Netflix is doing a bundle at the moment, anime bundle. They're giving me a choice of 15 animes, but I can only watch 3. What should I go for?
The big 3, easy. Dragon Ball Z. Actually, not even the big 3, because the big 3 is Naruto, One Piece, or Bleach, which would be a good starting point for anybody. But I also would like to throw in Dragon Ball Z as a close 4th
staple.
Yeah.
So what's that?
Just to basically shonen. You know, shonen's a very good entry point.
So
Naruto, Bleach, or One Piece.
Okay.
Because Naruto, Bleach. Well, Naruto's finished, Bleach is close to finishing, and One Piece is still ongoing, but it's over 1,000 episodes if you have the patience. But it's still like, it's a very coherent story, and I think in terms of the story it's better than those 4.
It has to be for 1,000 episodes.
Yeah,
it has to be.
They started, like, One Piece was the first out of those 3 to start.
Okay.
And it's maintained consistency in terms of the story. And developing the world.
Okay, cool.
So if you want a good story, decent character development, mystery, villains, like fight scenes, then One Piece is the perfect package.
Okay.
I'd say.
Perfect, you said. Moving on. So I would say.
Biased there.
Yeah. That was a strong closing statement there. I think Kay's thinking more throwback shows. I think now, I would say, my take, I think Demon Slayer would be probably number one in terms of visual, in terms of storyline. That's quite simple for everyone to understand, and I think it offers a lot of bright lights and good fights. I think that needs to be I think that needs to be a T-shirt. Bright lights and good fights, you know, because that's what people want. That's what people want to see. That's what the consumer wants to see. I think it's very simple in terms of what it delivers, and people don't have time to be asking questions. I'm going off into another tangent, but people sometimes find anime too confusing. So they like it to be very clear of who's the main character. Okay, that's the main character. Okay, they look, they have a very simple look, and there's something we can get behind and stuff like that. So I thought Demon Slayer is great for number one. I think Naruto is great for number two. Once again, it's a very simple show. They have a lot of characters that are relatable to everyone. They've got everyone up in there. They've taken care to make sure everyone is a different skin color comes into play with these things as well. You're kind of attracting an audience that is everyone. Sometimes in animes, or a lot of old school animes, they forget to include everyone in something, and that sometimes, the world has progressed since 25, 30 years ago, so there's a lot of things involved there too. I would say Dragon Ball Z 2, purely because it involves the same reasons as the ones above too. They are inclusive of everyone. You've got aliens up in there, you've got Asians, black people, like you've got everyone up in there, so everyone can look at a character and be like, yeah, that reminds me of, whoever or whatever it is. So I think, generally speaking, when people want to start something, the way to capture them would be relatability. And I think that those three offer quite a lot of those, as well as good fights and other stuff, good fights and bright lights and stuff. But yeah, that's my top three. So that would be Demon Slayer, Naruto, and Dragon Ball Z.
I'm going to be a bit controversial now.
Okay. Save the best for last, yeah.
I've put as much thought as I possibly can into it.
Okay. For a starter.
For a starter, I would agree with Demon Slayer. That would have been my number one.
Okay.
Very easy starter, and everyone's talking about it at the moment.
Right.
You will not be alone.
Right.
You'll be able to get along, make new friends.
Yeah.
Easily. I'm gonna throw My Hero in there.
My Hero Academia.
Yeah.
My Hero Academia in there. It's got the first 2 seasons are solid, quite easy to understand. And you'll get into that kind of thing we were discussing earlier about it being like a shonen style structure for the anime. You'll have your protagonist, it's bright colours as well, and very well stylized, and it's got that overarching story of trying to do good and fend off the villain.
Right.
And I think my wild card is going to be Promised Neverland.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Interesting, yeah.
I would say, no, sorry.
Yeah, the reason why I don't know is
back to after
it's a different kind of tone of anime, and the only reason why I recommended that one is to kind of throw in there how there is kind of like an anime for everyone. If you're kind of used to a certain style of screenplay or cinema or whatever.
But starter pack. You have to draw it back to starter pack. I think that's an excellent answer. But I think it's more narrative of what is a good anime what is a good anime to watch as opposed to start with.
I'd only give those other two.
What two?
Demon Slayer.
Right?
Oh, okay. So no third.
It's tough, like the other thirds you've already said.
No, you can say you can say this is your free,
You can throw Naruto in there.
Okay, cool,
It's a staple.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah,
It's
literally, yeah.
Yeah, it's an easy watch.
Like, yeah, we can't all say the same answer.
Especially Shippuden. You have to get.
Yeah.
True. You have to,
True.
You can't stop it.
It's true. Yeah, it's true. That is true. Good answers. I think, generally speaking, we have the same idea about. We didn't talk about this before, by the way, guys. We have the same idea of what a starter pack kind of anime package should be. Like, that's what it should involve. the consumer will be able to understand, or the audience will be able to understand what's going on. So moving on from one to another, there's a very consistent kind of story of what's going on. You get used to what the, okay, cool, here's the main character. They're going to have something along the lines of what these three animes that I've watched before had going on, so nothing will stem too far from those kind of storytellings in the beginning of anime. Remember, this is a beginner's guide to anime at the moment. So yeah, those are our top 3 picks.
VIP, we 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 VIP.